Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Gabe Sherman. Very excited because on the last video that I made, or the short that I took from the longer video, I discussed lifestyle family fitness. Made a couple of mistakes. I said I was 22. I actually got that job when I was 21. And it was the beginning to my sales career. So today we're going to talk about when it happened, when it all changed. What was the moment? When did you realize, right? When you're going through it, it's hard to see and understand. But when you look retrospectively, as everything in life, hindsight is 2020. It's much easier to see. So in 2009, I was changing jobs. I was in my first year of college, so I was 21. And I was actually looking through the classifieds or the ads and trying to find a new position to work at. And my wife was telling me, hey, it's time to get another job. You know, this one's not working out. I was managing a sub shop and doing marketing for them and all this kind of stuff. I just opened a new one. Lenny Sub Shop, big shout out to Martin Watson, Brian Moore. Great time, learned a lot from those guys. And so I go for this interview at a company called Lifestyle Family Fitness. And when I show up, it's incredible what happens. I walk in and they ask me first question, how much do you need to make this month? And I was used to making $10 an hour or something like that. So I said, I need to make 400 times 4 is $1,600, $2,000. And the first thing they say to me is, okay, sorry, the interview's over. Door's right there. We'll see you later. And being the persistent man that I am, I said, wait a minute, what's going on? And this fella, Ryan Cabrera, what's up, brother? Appreciate you, love you. Said, we need people that need to make at least $2,500 a month. And it's because they had a way that they paid their employees called draw. And so what that meant was you got paid a certain hourly rate until you sold more than that. And then once you sold more than the hourly rate, you receive that as your pay. And so in order for them to be successful and not have anyone that was living off of, the walk-ins as they called it, or foot traffic, or basically people that just focus on the low-hanging fruit, you had to sell an equivalent of $2,500 a month, which was one membership a day. So 30 memberships a month at this health club. And so when he told me that, I said, okay, I need 2,500. I need 3,000. I need whatever it is that you guys are telling me that I need, because I need this job. So from there on, we went through the interview process. They asked all the standard questions, all these good things. And then they handed me a little paper with it was a read through, it was a script. So I had to call in and say, hey, my name's Gabe Sherman with, da-da-da-da-da. And I had to run through the script with them. And so I go back home to my wife, to my apartment in Brandon, Florida, and my girlfriend at the time. And I tell her the experience, and I'm excited. I'm through the roof. And it's an easy script, 7 sentences, something like that. And they told me, whenever you feel comfortable with this, just call and ask for, Ryan, ask for me, and I'll run through the script with you anytime, whenever you're ready. And so I went home and I practiced with my wife for an hour, 2 hours. And I said, what do you think? Am I doing well? And she said, yeah, you're doing good. Give it a shot. Call them up. Ace the first interview. Then they had me come back in. The second interview is to do an hour of cold calling. So they gave me another script. They gave me what they call a guest book. So people that sign in, they sign this book that are walk-ins basically to the club that don't have a gym membership. And I just had to cold call all those people on that list. And so their objective was A, to see how many people I would call, and B, to see if I would set up any appointments. Well, I did. I set up appointments. I think I made close to 70, 75 phone calls in an hour. It was incredible. And I did it with a smile on my face. And after that, I think I had one more interview just to basically go over all the I dotting and T crossing. And then they told me there was a gentleman by the name of Matthew Coletti, and they said, he's our top sales guy. He's making over 6 figures a year. And so as soon as we finished the interview, I walked straight to him. I tapped on his shoulder and I said, hey, sir, what's different about you? And from that moment on, we became friends. We're actually still friends to this day, and actually we're related, ironically enough. And he turned around as jovial as could be and explained what the difference was. And the fact that he just put in hard work and committed to the process was the only difference. Everyone else quit. That's what he told me. Everyone else quits. So from that moment on, I fell in love with sales. I made, I think, $8.50 an hour. I worked anywhere from 40 to 60 hours a week. I loved going to work. I really enjoyed exercising. And within I think it was 3 months' time, I was making close to $2,000 per paycheck, which was a drastic difference. I mean, if you look at that, that's $50,000 a year compared to, I think, $8 an hour is $16,000 a year. So I'd almost tripled my income within 3 months. Best experience of my life. Pivotal, high impact, taught me that persistence and the ability to smile in the face of rejection, go on to the next experience as if you had not had the last one, were probably the most important things that I learned from that job. In addition to the fact that if you just do the work, if you focus on these steps that you know will get you to the next phone call, to the next meeting, to the next KPI, to the next, piece of the process, then whether this person says no or not does not matter. And I'm really happy that I experienced that. That was my first job, Lifestyle Family Fitness. Billy Connolly, Ryan Cabrera, Matthew Coletti, big shout out to you guys. Really appreciate everything that you did for me there, in addition to everybody else. So that was a truly remarkable experience. And what was yours? And I'd love to hear about that moment in your life that it all changed. So big shout out. Happy Sunday, guys. Talk soon.